Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Guardian Phantom Assassin. This is a friend of mine, Ray, and he sent me this replay. He said, it's just a normal PA game, but laning was hard because of Coddle and Underlord. My issue was the first 20 minutes. I had a super late Battle Fury, maybe because I keep joining early fights, my lack of efficiency, or my farming patterns again. So basically in today's video, we're going to be watching this Guardian Phantom Assassin, and I'm going to be pinpointing everything I possibly can to identify why he has a bad Battle Fury timing. So if you're a carry player and you're looking to improve your item timings within the first 20 minutes of the game, this video is for you. Alright, before we get into the main part of the video, I do want to let you guys know that I'm not only posting videos here on YouTube, I also frequently post videos on the website. If you don't know what I'm talking about, almost every single day I'm posting a new video to the Game League website. We're going to teach you guys in depth about how to get to the next level. So if you want to become absolutely broken and really take your game to the next level, I'm going to be able to help you, because sometimes the guides on YouTube, there's either not enough of them, they're not specific, or they're just tier lists, which I know you guys love, but at the end of the day, the Game League website is going to help you get to the next level. So click the link down below and sign up. So immediately, right off the bat, starting item build, little psychotic. I don't like Blightstone on PA in almost any lane. And the reason why is Blightstone is incredibly expensive. Yes, it is good with the dagger. It makes a lot of sense. However, it's very expensive and it does not help you sustain. I'm a much bigger fan of some sort of stick with 2 extra branches instead of the Blightstone, just to be a bit tankier, or going Wraithband components so you have a bit more armor in the early levels and a bit more damage to last hit with. Alright, so right off the bat, I do have a criticism in the laning stage. It just doesn't make very much sense. So as the lane immediately begins, you decide to auto-attack the first creep wave, and it doesn't make sense because you actually know, because of the fact that he went on Underlord, that he had to TP back to base. And so the only goal you should have at this point in the lane is to static the wave near your tier 1. That's it. That's the only goal you should have, and get last hits. But other than that, there's nothing to do. So I really don't understand why you use this Blightstone and the time you have to push the wave immediately into the enemy lane. And this is going to cause you to have a bad Battle Fury timing. And if you're watching this video, okay, because a lot of people are going to watch this and say, I don't do this, or I don't do exactly this. I don't have this problem. You will always have some extent of this problem. This was extreme, to be blunt. Sorry, Ray. You know, but this was a bit of an extreme example of the problem, but you do not want to shove in the wave because this has a snowball effect. The enemy Coddle is going to get more levels than he should. The lane is now going to be closer to the enemy tier 1, which is going to allow them to trade more effectively. And because of these two things, the enemy levels and the lane positioning, the enemy team will be able to zone you way, way better. And yeah, now the lane is in a horrible position. For instance, you want to pressure the Coddle there, but you can't because Underlord could immediately get to him and it's close to his tower. Also, in terms of the items that you buy, I don't like them very much. So the first items you buy are a stick and a Gloves of Haste. I don't like Gloves of Haste first if you're buying treads because you don't need the attack speed that much with Phantom Strike. It's just a little redundant there. And I would also want to build as much damage as I can against Underlord because of the fact that an Atrophy Aura will make it hard to last hit at some point. So the item I would buy in this lane is I would definitely buy a stick like you did, and then I would buy a second set of Tangos because this will be a pretty heavy harass lane against the Coddle and the Underlord, and then I would buy the Ban of Elven Skin, and that would be my item build. I also would not go Orb of Corrosion in this lane because I wouldn't really expect with a Spirit Breaker to get kills on the Underlord. Maybe you'll be able to kill the Coddle here, but it's going to be tough if you're low HP all the time. And so I just want you guys to kind of see the snowball effect of the item decision making and the lane shoving. Because of the fact that, well, to be fair, to some extent, this is just a hard lane against the Underlord and the Coddle. Because of the fact that he didn't ship out extra regen and he didn't have the stick right away. As you can see, this Blightstone, it's kind of done nothing, like, let's be real. I guess maybe it helped him get the early kill, like the first blood. So that obviously helps, and that's kind of honestly saving his game to some extent because, you know, otherwise he would have way less net worth here, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, because of the fact that he pushed in the lane a little bit and is now going to get harassed, he's just so low that he can't even play the lane, right? So understand that pushing in the wave more than you should and not buying the right items will literally cause you to delay your Battle Fury timing by honestly a minute at least. And that's a big deal. So farming the small camp, oh God, I mean, I guess it's not terrible. I guess because you're going to salve and you couldn't play the lane. I mean, I guess that's okay. This is like almost always a horrible idea because it costs you a lot of health and you're better off just like trying to play the lane like pull creep aggro or something. But I mean, I guess it's not that bad in this exact case. It's just so weird to see this as you should pop your salve right away. Okay, yeah, going for the corrosion. I mean, it's just, to be honest, just not a corrosion lane. This is a lane where I would say, okay, I can pressure this Underlord. Like it's just not a great matchup for the PA in the laning stage. So I'm not going to pressure Underlord. Maybe I'll kill Coddle, but like I don't need a corrosion for that. And I need to just get as much sustain as possible, so I'm rushing Cornucopia. This item is kind of trash, which is why Battlefury carries have fallen off as a whole. They're very uncommon. It's honestly because this buildup is like literally horrible. Like I'm not a fan of Battlefury and most heroes because of how bad Cornucopia is. You might be like, oh, the stats are pretty good, but it's like, you need the HP regen as fast as you can in most lanes, especially as PA. And so just having to wait 1200 gold is brutal. So one thing that's also delaying your early Battlefury timing is the way in which you pull creep aggro when you go under the tower. So this is a cool little tip, guys. A lot of people think creep aggro is mostly going to be used to pull the wave away from the enemy when it's like in its normal laning position. But actually one of the main use cases for creep aggro is when you're under the tower to make it hard for them to deny and allow you to CS the creeps freely. So for instance, in this clip here, what he's actually supposed to do is pull creep aggro up almost as fast as he can. He also could pull it back into the left. Honestly, either is fine. The point is you want to pull it away from the Underlord and you want to be able to last it as fast as you can away from the Underlord because he ends up kind of hesitating and then auto attacks early here on the flag bearer and then this creepy kind of panics and runs away from the Underlord queue, which is reasonable. But if he had pull aggro to here or to here, which is possible, he would have been able to avoid most of the pressure here, right? So he would have been able to get all three of the CS if he lasted slightly better and if he had pulled aggro. So that's something to include into your gameplay. And from there, because of the fact that I think the item build is bad and he's missing a lot of last hits, I always say this, guys, but this is why, like, I mean, I don't know how else to say this without coming off as a bit harsh, but the reality is this is why this player is Guardian, right? You build the wrong items, you don't pull aggro at the right times, you don't buy regen early enough, and you push in the lane at some random reason, you know what I mean? Like, if you snowball make enough wrong decisions, it's going to really cause you to delay your timings. Because I'm going to be real, I don't think that this Underlord and Coddle did anything particularly special. In fact, I don't even think this Underlord took a single point in E, which is a little bizarre. He took Pit of Malice level 2, which is crazy. He like rushed boots, ran out of mana. He didn't buy stick against PA, so he has way less mana than he should to spam his Q. So like this Underlord and this Coddle really don't exactly know what they're doing. It's not that they're doing nothing, right? They are doing things to be annoying and they are doing useful plays, similar to how the PA has made some good plays with the dagger and made some good aggro and has farmed the small camp, which I actually thought was funny enough a good play at the time, even though it looked weird. But yeah, it's just snowball. Okay, and so the main reason his Battlefury is late is this exact play right here. Do not make this play, guys. So in this meta, it is a better time than ever to gank the side lanes as a side laner. So let's say you're playing top, ganking bottom is good. And the reason why is after you get the kill, you take the portal and you go back to your lane. This is something in Dota's history you never could do. It was very inefficient to get a kill and then not be able to farm the area. Right? If you just couldn't farm the area or you would take the farm away from your offlaner, it was a horrible TP. So you would want to be very careful. Now, more than ever, it's good to TP for kills. Unless you're not really going to get many kills or it's unreliable. So like he's pinging top here, which I understand. It's a frustrating situation. He's losing his tower 7 minutes in. But the reality is there's nothing anyone can do about it. The tower's dead. However, honestly, at low MMR, up until like 4K, you shouldn't care about losing your tower in most games. Now, this is risky advice because there are games and specific pieces of Dota knowledge on why it's important to defend your tower in some games. But if you're playing Phantom Assassin, a hero that is not good at all at defending her tower, not good at all at defending her tower, and just wants to farm lane creeps, it is really not bad to lose your tower. And the reason why is now he TP's bottom for some perspective. But the reason why is because now the Underlord, because he doesn't know what he's doing, and the Coddle, because they aren't that good, are going to shove the wave basically immediately, which is kind of standard even for high MMR. But they will shove the wave, and you're not going to die under your tier 2. You will not die under your tier 2. In fact, this guy just eats the tower, which is pretty funny. But you will be fine, and you will be able to farm these lane creeps. This Muerta will not obviously take it because you'll already be here, and you'll be able to farm this reasonably comfortably. Like, this Underlord, yeah, I mean, he can do whatever, but as long as you have your Cornucopia, you'll hit your timing. Instead, you're going to take some pretty bizarre fight bottom, right? I mean, this is somehow it works. I don't know how that works so well. Who are you killing now? It's bugged out. Why does this guy not have his Q? Oh, it's on cooldown. Huh. Huh. Oh my god, this is crazy. Oh my. Alright, somehow this play worked out. That's like really funny. I actually love that. That's so funny that you end up getting a triple. I mean, I don't know. I'll be blunt, guys. Void should never die like this. Like, the fact that this guy's like time walking in on a half HP Tiny and then playing super aggressive with time walk on cooldown, I mean, it's just nuts. Like, even if PA wasn't here, he would have nearly died. Like, regardless of PA. So that play was just horrible on his part, and then, I mean, it worked out. I would give Ray credit here. This hella worked out. Like, no joke, this is way better than going top. However, I do want to mention that this is a huge risk, and most games is not a good risk, especially on PA. You want to be careful about making this play, as he's going to kill himself. Honestly, probably not a bad idea. All right, from there, you're going to TP mid, which I actually like a lot. The more to win top, so no reason not to take mid. Maybe Spirit Breaker's griefing you here. You hate to see it. Oh my god. All right, I mean, okay, you're gonna hit up the jungle. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Honestly, at this point, I would just, I guess I would run back. No, you gotta run back mid. This guy won't bully you out, and you can defend mid tower, and you need to get lane creeps. So basically, at this point in the game, guys, you have to find lane creeps. If you're playing PA, or you're playing like Slark or some hero like this, and you're not a high level, like you're just not like level 8. With Slark, you only really need level 6, but like PA or Drow, something like that, like when you don't have that many levels, you just don't jungle that quickly. And so you need to prioritize lane creeps. Like, you need to prioritize lane creeps. So try not to ever jungle for this long. Like, once again, the Underlord is not going to completely bully you out of any lane alone. So you definitely could have easily cleaned up the mid wave. But okay, fight breaks out, you actually help out. That's fine. Honestly, here, unless the fight's going to continue, I'd run bottom, which you do. Okay, this is great. I like this a lot. This is an amazing read on the map that you could get this. So this is great. Very, very nice. Okay, clean it up. See them fighting mid. I mean, I would look mid here. Oh, wow, you actually do. This is great. This is crazy that this is a Guardian. I mean, because honestly, I will admit, try to just be honest, guys. I'm not surprised that this is Guardian gameplay. Like, the laning stage was just, it was atrocious. Like, I don't know how else to put it. But that was great. That whole sequence of going bottom and checking mid to see if you need to TP in while continuing to farm. Like, that sequence was really wonderful. Like, and I'm not just saying that. That was like exactly what I would have done. Exactly what I would have done. And now clicking blur here is wonderful because you don't want to get chronoed by the void, so you need to actually keep yourself safe. So this is great. Really, really awesome. Okay, pushing up bottom here is a little risky, but blur is still up, so I would have made this exact play. I love the sequence. Once again, I would look mid here to see if they're extending a little bit too far. Don't want to fight the void. Okay, yeah, I don't think you want to fight this guy. The reason why you don't want to fight this guy, even if, like, let's say you were strong enough to beat him one-on-one, which you're not, but even if you were, they could always TP in and chrono you, so this was a bad play. So this didn't make any sense. At this point, all you want to do is just go back to your triangle and farm. Like, actually, no. I would let this camp spawn, I would farm this camp, and then I would just go back to my triangle. That's about it. That's kind of why PA is a shitty hero too, because when you're having a bad game, you can't kill Ancients, and so, I mean, you can with Blur, it's like really, really slow, you can, but yeah, I would have farmed that large camp, then I would have used Blur to farm the Ancients, just make the safe play. There was no reason to push up there. You're never going to beat the Void in a one-on-one. Even if you do beat him in a one-on-one, if they know what they're doing, they're going to TP someone in, and you will die to Chrono plus TP, so that was just a bad idea. All right, you TP mid to take a fight here, which it doesn't make a lot of sense. I would have just went back bottom. Now that Void has no chrono, he's not really a threat, so I would have continued to look for lane creeps. Like, as I said, you do not want to jungle unless you truly have to. You jungle, like, so at this point in the game, when you have max blink strike, which you should, I wouldn't put 3 points in dagger. Especially if my game is bad, I would just max blink strike ASAP so I can jungle. But yeah, at this point, once you have max blink strike, you do jungle quite efficiently, so that's fine. You can start jungling. But I don't love that you TP'd mid there. There was a free bot wave, and then you could have farmed Ancients, and that would have been good. As you take Spark of Courage, that's a wonderful item on this hero. And this looks like a TP. Yeah, you should TP here, so this is bad that you don't TP. Like, I'm glad that you're looking, but I'm a little bit concerned now after this play that you're just looking for the sake of, like, for fun. I'm trolling. I know that's not the reason you're looking, but it's concerning to me that, like, you are paying attention and don't TP to this, because this is, like, really bad. Like, I don't know what this fight is doing, dude. How does he just die to the tier 2 with Mask of Madness on like that? Nah, like this is, I mean, it's good that you TP in. It was way too long. Oh my god, you're dead. All right, yeah, but it took you way too long. You want to TP and fight them when they're directly under the tier 2. It would have been super free. All right, so you end up going top and pushing out the top wave, which is exactly what I would have done. Clicking blur on the second wave is fantastic. Okay, going third wave is very crazy because if they are here, you are 100% dead and they can TP in. So going to the third wave close to the tier 1 is not a great idea. Are you going to hit the tier 1? Oh my, are you out of your mind? What the hell? I mean, you might be like, oh, I see the mid, but Cuddle plus Ogre TP kills you. Ugh, God. Very, very risky, and you should just hit some neutrals. Not great. Hitting this wave is like okay if you clicked blur, but you didn't click blur. Yeah, I mean, there's just too much risk in this gameplay. That is a lot of lotuses. Oh my, that's actually huge. You get 900 health. Oh my, that is game changing actually. Wow, that's crazy that no one picked up a lotus. Like basically no one picked up a single lotus. How is there 6 lotuses 19 minutes in? Isn't that literally no one picked up a single lotus for the entire game? That is disturbing. But all right, you should have went back to the wave again. Just got to prioritize these lane creeps. Maybe you're afraid of something. I don't know exactly why you didn't farm the lane here, but yeah, 19-minute Battle Fury. It's not a great timing, but I will say at the end of the day, I really appreciate it, Ray, you taking the risk to send in a replay to the GameLab community of a game where, you know, you struggled, right? You could have sent in a game where you pop off in the early game and you're like, what did I do wrong? I'm 8-0, but what did I do wrong? Like, nah, you know, it's a chat play as, oh, kill the void. Nice. Very, very good. Very good. Good awareness there. But yeah, keep going, man. Keep improving. Fix up that laning stage a little bit. Change up that item build. Prioritize the regen. Prioritize, I would say, honestly, I would lead with stick in a lot of these harder lanes, or at least stats to last it a bit better. I wouldn't go Blightstone, and I definitely wouldn't go Corrosion, just because I wouldn't prioritize fighting, and the only fights I would take are free fights, like very easy fights where I don't even need Corrosion, or hopefully won't need Corrosion. But all right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you learned a lot, please smash the like button as it helps support us and everyone who works on the channel. And yeah, subscribe, like the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace!